Imagine this. A seemingly perfect suburban neighborhood, a loving family, and a sudden disappearance that unravels a web of secrets so dark, it chills the heart. What if everything you thought you knew about your neighbors, your loved ones, or even yourself was a lie? That's the kind of story we're about to explore. It's not just a crime, it's a puzzle, a dark labyrinth where every turn reveals something more twisted than the last. Our story begins in a picturesque small town. It's the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, where doors are left unlocked, and the biggest scandal might be who won the local bake-off. But beneath the surface of this idyllic community, something sinister was brewing. On a crisp autumn morning, a call to the local police shattered this peace. A young woman, bright and full of life, had vanished without a trace. Her car was found abandoned on a deserted road, the keys still in the ignition. To the untrained eye, it looked like a typical missing person case. But the deeper investigators dug, the more bizarre it became. Here's a random yet chilling fact. Statistically, most disappearances are resolved within 48 hours. Yet, as the days turned into weeks, this case only grew stranger. The police discovered a series of cryptic notes left behind in her apartment, hinting at paranoia and fear. Who was she afraid of? Was it someone she knew? Or something entirely unexpected? In every investigation, the spotlight often turns to those closest to the victim. And this case was no different. Her boyfriend became the prime suspect. He was the last person to see her alive, and their relationship, as friends described, had been rocky in recent months. But here's where things took a strange turn. During questioning, the boyfriend revealed something shocking. Just days before her disappearance, she had told him about a shadowy figure following her. She claimed she felt like she was being watched, even in her own home. Was this paranoia? Or was someone really out to get her? The boyfriend's alibi checked out, leaving investigators at a dead end. The case took a darker twist when police found evidence that the victim was living a double life. By day, she was a teacher beloved by her students. But by night, she seemed to be involved in something far more dangerous. Her phone records revealed late-night calls to an anonymous number, and her bank account showed withdrawals from locations known for illicit activity. Here's a bizarre theory. Could she have been blackmailed? Or was she leading a secret life that finally caught up with her? Theories swirled from human trafficking to organized crime. Each clue seemed to contradict the last, creating a tangled web of possibilities. Perhaps the most chilling discovery was a notebook hidden under her bed. Inside were pages filled with frantic scribbles, drawings of eyes, and phrases like "they're always watching" and "trust no one." The handwriting analysis confirmed it was hers. But what did it mean? Psychologists speculated she might have been suffering from delusions, a possible result of stress or an undiagnosed mental illness. But her friends and family insisted she had been perfectly normal. Was this a descent into madness? Or was she genuinely being hunted? Here's a wild fact. Some criminologists believe that victims who sense they're being stalked are often right. It's called precognition bias, where subtle environmental cues trigger a sense of danger before it fully unfolds. Months into the investigation, a shocking new lead emerged. A man, homeless and living under an assumed name, was arrested in another state for unrelated charges. In his possession were items that belonged to the missing woman. Her necklace, her diary, and even photographs of her taken without her knowledge. How did he get these items? When questioned, the man claimed he found them in a dumpster near her apartment. But his story didn't add up. Why would someone discard such personal belongings? And more importantly, why did he keep them? The police suspected he knew more than he was letting on. Here's where things get truly chilling. After hours of interrogation, the man made a partial confession. He admitted to following the woman for weeks, fascinated by her routines and beauty. He described how he would watch her through her window, imagining a life with her. But when pressed about her disappearance, he remained adamant. "I didn't touch her." Could he be telling the truth? Or was this the mind of a manipulative predator trying to cover his tracks? The lack of physical evidence tied to the crime left investigators frustrated, and the missing woman's whereabouts remained a mystery. As the case dragged on, the once peaceful town spiraled into paranoia. Neighbors installed security cameras, self-defense classes were booked solid, and local stores sold out of pepper spray. The idea that a predator could still be lurking sent shockwaves through the community. This isn't uncommon. Studies show that unsolved crimes can have a lasting psychological impact on communities, creating a culture of fear that lingers long after the headlines fade. The question remained, was the town's fear justified? With no resolution in sight, armchair detectives and true crime enthusiasts took to online forums to share theories. Some believed the woman had staged her own disappearance to escape her double life. Others thought she had fallen victim to a human trafficking ring. But the most bizarre theory involved a cult. According to this theory, the cryptic notes and strange behavior pointed to her being targeted by a secretive group. The symbols in her notebook matched those used by an obscure cult operating in nearby towns. Could she have been lured into something she couldn't escape? Or was this just another far-fetched idea? Years later, the case remains unsolved. The missing woman's family continues to search for answers, refusing to give up hope. Her story has become the stuff of urban legend, a cautionary tale about how quickly life can unravel. But here's the scariest part. For every case like this that gains attention, there are hundreds more that go unnoticed. Missing persons reports pile up daily, many of them remaining unresolved. How many of these stories have similar threads, hidden in plain sight? What is it about stories like this that captivate us? Is it the thrill of solving a mystery? The chilling realization that these events could happen to anyone? Or is it something deeper, a need to confront the darkness within ourselves? True crime holds a mirror to society, showing us both the fragility of life and the resilience of the human spirit. It's a genre that forces us to ask uncomfortable questions, to dig deeper into the motives and mysteries that define humanity. And sometimes, it leaves us with answers we'd rather not face. So, what do you think happened to her? Was it foul play, a tragic accident, or something stranger than fiction? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the mysteries that keep us awake at night. This story reminds us that the line between normalcy and chaos is paper thin. It's a chilling reminder that beneath the surface of any seemingly perfect life, there can be hidden darkness. And it's this darkness that draws us in, not because we enjoy it, but because we fear it. And understanding it makes us feel a little safer. As we close the chapter on this mystery, take a moment to reflect. What do these stories teach us about trust, perception, and the fragile connections that hold our lives together? True crime isn't just about the macabre. It's about humanity in all its flawed and fascinating forms. So as you turn off the lights tonight, remember, the greatest mysteries often lie in the things we overlook. Keep asking questions, keep seeking answers, and above all, stay curious. Until next time, thank you for joining us in unraveling the enigma.